Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Talking Transfers. My name is Mo Stewart, standing in, or sitting in should I say, for John Gibbons, and here as always Paul Gorst from The Echo. Good morning Paul, this is another beautiful day in Dovedale World, isn't it?
It is. I say this to John every week, we come out and it's cracking the flags and I just feel like staying here for the day and just, soaking it up. Penny Lane, what a venue, what a place to talk transfers.
Well, it is a brilliant place to talk transfers. It's probably not going to stay like this all day, to be fair. But we are all in a good mood. We've just had 2 games of watching Liverpool play some pretty good football at times against Athletic Club and then Osasuna. One of the things that I noticed about the game was the fact that we were able to see, particularly in the second game, a lot of the players who we'd almost forgotten about, some of the fringe guys, really come in and put a performance in. Kind of makes you think that in all of this transfer world, it's easy to forget about what we do have already in the cupboard.
Yeah, definitely. I think particularly Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, he probably sums that up more than anyone, doesn't he? He was trialled as a bit of a false nine while Firmino was on his holidays. 2 mixed results. Took his goal well against Hertha, I think it was. Good volley from the round about the penalty spot. But it's a tough one to learn, isn't it? Particularly to try and replicate Firmino's particular way of playing that number 9 role. So he's not going to pick that up over the pre-season, and maybe Klopp was just having a little look to see what he could do there, but he looked much more at home last night, I thought, in the central midfield role. One of Liverpool's standout performers alongside Tsimikas and maybe Minamino and Kanate as the sightseeing tour goes past.
We are on Penny Lane, by the way. I should probably point that out.
Yeah. So I thought he had a good game. Maybe just offering a little bit of a reminder of what he can do in his favourite position, and certainly he'll be hoping for less injuries than he's had over the last certainly 3 years or so. Good full pre-season under his belt, and someone who's now you can look at as maybe a bit of an option in that midfield role.
I think so. I think there are a lot of players for whom we're suddenly not looking at their valuation in terms of the transfer market, but looking at their value on the pitch. One in particular, a person I didn't think I'd be leading the show with for certain, is Ben Woodburn, who's come back with a vengeance this pre-season and really impressed Klopp and his coaches, and not just Klopp and his coaches, as we've heard today. There's been a report out this morning from our friend, fellow journalist and hater of bounties, Kiva O'Neill, who reports that Ben Woodburn is garnering interest from clubs in Denmark, Greece, Croatia and the Championship. So lots of people have been looking in his direction. Yeah,
well, he's a Wales international, isn't he? And he's a very versatile player. He started his career in the front 3. He was kind of looking for a bit of a home. Then he was trialled as a number 10, and now he seems to be much more refined as a bit of a box-to-box number 8, if you like. And he's 21 years old now, and as you say, he's already a fully fledged Wales international. So no surprise the clubs are interested in him, as you say there, Mo. Clubs in Denmark and Croatia and Greece, and obviously a little bit further down the pecking order in the Championship. He's already played in the Championship with Sheffield United a couple of years ago. It was a bit unfortunate really that he went on loan at a time when Sheffield United were really making a push for the Premier League, and that team, that 2019-20 team of Sheffield United, that was pretty much the team that he was trying to break into. Yeah. And you remember how good they were in the Premier League. Took a breath of fresh air, wasn't it? So difficult for him there. He got a bad injury at Oxford, I think. He was out for 3 or 4 months, living on Cameron Brannigan's couch at the time, I think, or in the spare room at least. And then didn't quite work for him at Blackpool either when he was with his ex-23s boss Neil Critchley. So at the age of 21 now, I think Liverpool probably looking at it thinking, if they can get a sizable, decent offer on a permanent deal, then it'd be best to, a bit like Harry Wilson, pat him on the back, wish him well, and a partner of the ways seems inevitable. But I think they've shown as well that they're not averse to send the players out on loan for up until the age of 24, and he's still only 21, so maybe another loan in the offing. But I think possibly now, as I say, the age of 21, it's best for him if he finds somewhere a bit more permanent and looks to kick on and get regular game time.
I think so. I think he might end up coming down to particularly what those options are, particularly what the Championship clubs look like. But you're right, he's still a young player. So if the right offer doesn't come in for him and it ends up being a loan, maybe 12 months' time he's got a better shot of getting into the team. We'll have to wait and see. Someone for whom it looks like the exit door has swung open for real, someone who's been mentioned many times on the show, our friend from Switzerland, Xherdan Shaqiri. Now, news that was broken by James Pearce pretty much while the game was happening is that there's been a concrete bid for him from Lyon. although it doesn't necessarily mean that it's all systems go. Can you fill us in a little bit on that interest?
Yeah, well, it first came out in L'Équipe in France during the game, and there was a bit of a buzz in the press box as the game was going on, people trying to find out one or two things, and we looked into it, and obviously you mentioned James there, and yeah, Lyon are in for Shaqiri, the one of many, to be fair, Villarreal, Lazio, Napoli, and another team from La Liga, Sevilla, I think. So he's a wanted man, and it's easy to see why. He's pretty much slap bang in the prime of his career now, isn't he? 29, versatile front man, probably at the level below top class, but certainly the clubs who were after him kind of suggested where his standing is in the game.
Yeah, I think it's a Europa League team fighting for the Champions League rather than a Champions League team fighting for the title. I think it's probably fair to say. The interesting thing though, Paul, is that the reports are Lyon's price or Lyon's valuation is quite far apart from Liverpool's. And you've mentioned that there's quite a few clubs into him, so fans are kind of expecting a bidding war. So what are Lyon playing at here?
All right, the Reds, thanks for watching a little bit of a premium Anfield Wrap video there. If you want to watch the rest of that show and get access to much, much more, click join below. That activates our YouTube membership. It means you get a premium video every day of the week. You get our post-match content, you get reviews, previews and exclusive interviews, all here from the heart of Liverpool. Follow us, follow them. Up the Reds.